What's up, everybody? Welcome to Smores Indoors, the stretch run of S'mores Indoors we're coming into now. And I'm trying to do one of these one on one conversations with a bunch of the guys we do shows with. I'm starting here with Dan tonight. Dan, what's up?
Nothing much, nothing much. New beginnings with the with the new channel. I'm excited to
Yeah,
see
I've
what together.
kind of recorded a little bit of stuff for it so far, not haven't uploaded anything yet, so don't go looking for anything yet. Uh,
Uh,
but I do have the new channel name and all that, which I won't give. I want to
just
be private and see how it grows from 0 subs. So
forged by the hatred of YouTube and StreamYard.
exactly. I saw a thing today, and I don't. I do want to keep this as light as we can on horror and wrestling because we talk about that shit all the time. And that's kind of how we all are related as a friend group. But I
Yeah.
want to talk a little bit more about other stuff. But I will say that I saw an article about I think Kino posted it and it was talking about how physical media is hot again and it's because the streamers are stupid as fuck or whatever, Basically, that was it summed up. Which that's cool and everything, but the issue is with these YouTubers that are just buying packaging. Basically, is where I've kind of lost the passion for like talking about that shit on YouTube, if that makes any sense.
It's like the bootleg packaging was the final straw.
Well, it's not even that. It's the fact that I guarantee like 80% of the people that buy all that shit aren't watching the shit they buy, and they're not buying it because of the movie. They're buying it because of the box it's in. So
I
uh,
think that and trying to be
a lot of keeping up with the Joneses on YouTube and
trying to kind of be part of a community, but not so
mm,
much the film community. It's like the
yeah.
YouTube community, which I mean, I guess if you're I would find something you were actually into, but I get it. We all need community.
That's the thing I've talked to Jonathan about is when we started doing the show way back in 2020. It was pandemic times where everybody was starting shows. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he was about the movies more than what it came in. Sure, there were some slipcovers out there, and that was cool, but it wasn't everything based on the package of what people bought. So,
Mm-hmm. It's wild just how long we've known each other, basically. Through the pandemic to now, and it's like the amount of podcasts are insane now. It's like you're going down the list, and it's like the fucking ass to ass guy in Requiem for a Dream's got a podcast.
yeah,
They all got him. He doesn't actually. Don't go looking for it. I don't want to. But if he did, I would sub to it.
yeah,
But yeah, it's like everybody, and
yeah.
even like some people. I don't want to say A-list celebrities, but like close, like people you can just like fucking interact with, like on their
I
podcast.
mean, if if you're somewhat a name, you're gonna make some money on YouTube. So you may as well go down that road, really.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of see a lot of things, not necessarily dying. I try and be a hopeful person with that, but yeah, that's where the money is now. It's like trying to be an influencer.
Yeah,
Hate that word, but I mean, I guess that's
yeah.
what it is.
So we'll be asking each other stuff tonight, and also if you guys have questions for either one of us in the chat, throw them out there too. I'll go through real quick. We got Orc out there.
What up,
Only
Orc?
one on one that is needed. That's a compliment to you, Dan.
Well, thank you, Orc.
Heart is home. Yo, what's up?
Yo yo.
Cliff Booth has the first question though. Wants to know what kind of glue do you use to hold your hat on?
It's just I'm one with the hats.
Okay.
We're fused. It's like body horror. It's like The Mask.
You had a little stretch there recently where you were going with ball cap. Was there a reason behind that?
Never wear a ball cap, Corey. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, maybe I imagine that. So,
Imagine that.
and a
Like
shout
brother
out from Jake out there. What's up, Jake?
What up, Jake? Shout out. I thought about you earlier. The Ozzy and the guys did a Ernest Goes to Camp review.
Hmm.
I don't think Rim Job was in that.
Yeah, he's shouting at the screen right now. Um, so I want to talk to you about when you were younger, and I know you traveled or you moved around a lot when you were younger. Where was the where was the, did you move around schools a lot back in the day going through school?
I mean, like not as much as some, but yeah, there was a little bit of that. I traveled a lot. I mean, I've basically been well everywhere in the U.S. and a little bit overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so got to see a good bit of the world through my dad. We just tag along, a lot of long car rides because my mom's always been afraid of flying, so we'd go with my dad all over the place. So
Gotcha, gotcha.
yeah.
I wondered because I remember, and I'm sure everybody has some kids they went to school with that are like they move away one day, and you're friends with them, and you're like you always. I kind of wonder, like still today, like some of those people I hung out with, like what they're doing now because they moved. Like I knew a couple of people that moved like to Texas or whatever,
You
and
reconnect with any like on Facebook? That's happened a few times.
there's a couple I try to keep up with. There's a couple I haven't been able to find, which
Yeah.
and one in particular, I would go to his house quite a bit, and then
Hmm.
his family just moved, and I don't know what he's doing now if he's still alive, hopefully. Um, but yeah, it's just kind of weird. So, uh, are there any people that from those days when you were in school that you keep up with still?
Like I mean, grade school not so much, but I briefly reconnected with a few. Um, it can be actually depressing sometimes. Like there was one kid, I won't say his name, not that anybody could figure it out, but
Right.
he always seemed like nice kid. You figure doctor, lawyer, like whatever it would end up being, and it was just like he turned into like just every really bad drug problems, all the typical shit, and I mean, I didn't even realize it. I guess he had like a nightmare house
Oh, sure.
scenario growing up, so it's just stuff you never saw.
Yeah.
Uh, so sometimes you'll see something depressing like that, then it's like, well, holy shit, the asshole is like okay now. He's got
Yeah.
family and he got over it. So I was uh I don't know how to like describe myself as a kid. I guess I would be the weird kid, but I was also like kind of popular, I guess, because I was funny.
Right.
I was like somewhere in between. Like friends that were into the same stuff were kind of rare until
Yeah.
a little later. Um, so yeah, it's the funny weird kid, I guess, somewhere in between a nerd and a jock. I don't know.
Gotcha. Yeah, I have my stupid 30-year reunion class reunion is this Saturday, and of course I'm leaving for vacation that day. So I had
Yeah,
all the plans to go to it just because I wanted to see, kind of like you were talking about, see who was doing well, who was struggling.
yeah,
But not going to get to go unfortunately. But I think
that's
I'll pick vacation over uh,
yeah.
going to that.
I feel like it could probably be a decent ego boost. I mean, everybody's going to have something after 30 years. It's not like, you might have that one guy that just, you know, hit the jackpot in life. But for the
Yeah.
most part, it's like, okay, I'm not doing too bad. That's, you know,
My class has a weird statistic where I think there were like a little over 200 people in my class,
mm,
and I want to say over 20 of them have died already.
oh,
So I feel like that's a big number for people who are like 48 years old. But
yeah, that I've been fairly lucky that way. I mean, like, of course, again, who knows?
yeah,
I haven't kept up with all of them. But I've heard, I have had a few like more acquaintances, like friend of a friend, guy we kind of knew that did like a lot of like odd jobs at our house. Like he overdosed.
yeah.
This was when I was in West Virginia, and he had like 7 kids of his, and then like a couple step kids. Like it was like, oh fuck, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be depressing. But the biggest asshole I knew in school is, super nice family. He's religious, which makes no sense at all. Uh, and like just straight and narrow, like just. I mean, again, you never know, but seems to be doing great. So it's funny how that works out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one friend. We were best friends since like second grade, and we still talk um, at least a couple times a week. And I mean, he's the only one I really give a shit about out of my class. And I see him on occasion. He comes back to town. He lives down in Augusta, Georgia now, and he came in. Actually, he came in from when the Masters was going on because he lives like a block from Augusta National,
Mm-hmm.
and he just rents his house out on Airbnb during the Masters and leaves town because he gets like 20 grand for his house for that week, and it's like that's a pretty damn good deal. So
Wow.
yeah, so he came up and we hung out one day, went to B Dubs and shit like that. But uh,
20 grand. That's a hell of a rental.
yeah, uh, works out there saying we both have the best interviews, at least in the old small group we had. Yep.
I don't do too many interviews. Oh, actually, ironically, we do have one Wednesday, but I
There's
need to
a
do more of them. That's like one thing I'm like a little self conscious about.
man.
I just feel like interviews got to be perfect. I
That's
gotta,
that's my issue with it too, and I feel like that's some of the better videos I have,
uh,
but it's a lot of work. I like to be very prepared, and that takes time, and it's hard with a job to do all that
yeah,
shit. So
yeah. I mean, like Wednesday, Sean Donahue, and he's kind of a friend of the show, so it's not like as big of a deal. But like sometimes, like we've had opportunities at some bigger ones, but it's just like fuck, I just get so like, all right, maybe the internet's not cooperating on somebody's end that day, or
yeah,
I don't know, it annoys me at that point. But
yeah,
we will have some interesting people coming on between now and October, though, so a little more interview heavy.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Ben's got a question for you. Who would you? I guess he's saying, who would you trade your porn collection for not one night with?
Oh, I think he's asking me if it would be Nina. Nina
Yeah,
Hartley, I assume. I feel like that's the only way that you'd make it happen. I could probably one night though. Yeah, honestly, probably because that's like a bucket list thing. I've got like one big bucket list thing that's happening this year with the wrestling show we're putting on. Nina's a tough bucket list one. Like the clock
yeah.
ticking on that, so I
That's
might have I might have to do it, Ben.
yeah. You get some cred if you say you bang Nina. I would think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
took a cool photo with her. I didn't
definitely.
bang her,
We
unfortunately.
we've shown that off on channel before.
Yeah.
All the people Cliff knows from high school are dead, died while they were in high school. Damn, would you have like a class of three?
Oof. It happens. I mean, sometimes just sometimes random shit. I mean,
That makes me think of this story. I have to tell this because I was actually thinking about this earlier, and it's kind of a weird Final Destination type real life thing. But there's a college in the next town over, and in the '70s, the basketball team from that college was killed on a plane crash.
oh,
Um,
mm,
and the whole team, the coaches and everything were killed on the plane crash, except one kid. One kid wasn't on the plane because he was injured. And 2 weeks later, he died in a car wreck.
that does feel like a weird fate sort of thing. I don't know what to call that. That's
Yeah, it's
yeah,
almost too hard to believe. So
yeah. I mean, it's like the person that gets killed by like a penny that falls off of a building.
yeah, yeah.
It's just odds just fucked you at some point. Yeah.
been saying is that We Are Marshall. No, it's actually the Evansville Aces basketball team. There's not a movie about them. I actually have a documentary about it, but it's like a locally made one. Um,
You've got to think that's fairly common with sports teams, though. I mean, one of those big tour buses, you
yeah,
make
it's
a
crazy. Like a pro team has never had a crash or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I I kind of really think about that a lot with pro wrestlers. Like or at least
Yeah,
ones that have made it and are in a major company. WWE in particular, and it's like you're just flying, flying, flying. Like
yeah.
the odds of anything happening to you in a plane are really slim at the
Yeah.
end of the day. But you got to think those odds go way up, thousands of flights over your lifetime.
Oh yeah. Jonathan saying Sean Oliver was an all timer. Yeah.
That was one of those lucky ones that you probably couldn't have gotten even just a few months later. That
No,
was
I
even
don't think so. No,
yeah.
it was good timing. So, but it was fun. That's what that things like that make me want to do more interviews. But then I know, like I said, it's just the preparation is just a lot. So I read his book
Yeah.
and you know did as much as I could watching some of those old shows he did. So
Yeah, it's the prep, and then it's like you worry, like, all right, do I hold back my sense of humor here? What's
right,
okay with
yeah,
this person? You just you don't know, and that's going to be a gamble with each one you bring on.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, you almost have to go through like the first few minutes as a feeling out process, and you like hit them with a little joke and see how they react.
yeah.
So
Sometimes it's pretty easy. Like you can just sort of tell right away. It's like, okay, this is my people.
yeah,
Uh, but yeah,
that's
there's
the good thing about being able to talk before the show too. Is you kind of break the ice a little bit, and that helps. But
yeah,
uh,
yeah.
Cliff's talking about his I guess his classmates, drunk people passing out on their backs, or drunk people living in houses with high back decks.
Oof,
That's a
yeah.
bad way to go.
I've definitely known of people who keel over just from random stupidity. I mean, just some of the most ridiculous shit. Like you're sleeping on a train tracks or something. Like just like,
Yeah.
or uh, yeah, I don't know. I knew one guy. I mean, he didn't die, but like he just he pissed on like an electric fence, and I think it triggered like a seizure or something. Like, I was like, "What the? Are you? What the fuck?" That was somebody I knew. Well, I guess when I was like an older teenager, and dude just fucking. I mean, it fucking blew him back, and he was like pissing like on his face after he did it. Apparently. Uh, it's like it hurts. It's like no fucking shit. Why'd you do it?
Oh shit.
Uh,
Uh, Jonathan also says, "Don't bring up tits near Haggerty, though." Yeah. Well,
there's a lot of good tits in his movies.
I know he's like found God or something. I don't know. Found Kamala.
Uh,
Um, so one thing I do have to say is it's kind of impossible to talk to you not mention horror. But what's your earliest memories of horror and getting interested in it?
uh, I think, well, it's always pretty much been with me. So, like, earliest memories, Vincent Price is an early memory.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, obviously, you're little, it's whatever's readily available, and that quickly started growing. So, um, yeah, I wouldn't, I mean, I can even remember being a little kid and watching some stuff that my brother had or just stuff on TV, HBO, whatever. Um, it's not that it didn't affect me back then. Like some of it was like, oh shit. Uh, I think that's why something like Hellraiser sticks with you because it's like, whoa, is that fucking hell? Like
Right.
went to Catholic school at one point. I'm like, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and those, tend to be some of your favorite movies or my favorite movies now because it's like I can remember just sitting in that dark room and I don't want to say it's necessarily real, but yeah, you're looking over your shoulder a little bit. Like there's a little more power to that than, I love the Friday the 13th movies except one, but I
Mhm.
was never afraid of those. Like I was never afraid
Right.
Jason was gonna put a machete in me or something. I it was a little later, of course, but even discovering like true crime stuff like that was really disturbing because it's like, well, Jeffrey Dahmer did eat people.
Yeah.
John Wayne Gacy. He did. There's bodies in that crawl space, so
Yeah.
that was like the stuff that.
Those are the real life horror villains.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, might as well be a fucking horror movie when you
Yeah.
look into some of that. So yeah, I
Right.
guess I was always into the weird, the morbid, um,
You
but film in general, honestly,
Yeah, yeah.
not
You
just the.
mentioned the you mentioned the Catholic school upbringing. Do you think that gave you a different twist on some of that stuff?
Like yeah, I mean, my parents, my mom in particular, is like religious, not fire and brimstone though, so I didn't have that. Uh, we maybe go to church in spurts, mostly for my grandparents.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a. I do remember being really young and like, God, I fucking hate having to wear a uniform, go to church where I just did not, nothing against the people, but did not really feel any kind of connection to anybody there.
Right.
So yeah, I guess you do get a sense of the macabre. I'm not an anti-religious guy by any means. Just there is kind of a macabre portion of that. You look at the world and it's like there's religion does cause a lot of fucking problems.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Definitely.
it is the
I
source of a lot of pain.
and I feel like a lot of those movies back in the day were kind of had that feel that they were based in um what am I looking for? Like there's a lot of religion in the periphery of all kind of horror movies back there. Obviously, Exorcist is one, but even like Amityville Horror, there's the priest comes to the house and blesses the house
Mm.
and all that stuff. And I just feel like
Yeah,
there's a lot of church stuff in horror movies of like the '70s, especially.
yeah. I mean, certainly they did religious horror. I think better back then. That's like one of the more well, like I said, at least in the US. There's a lot of interesting religious type horror coming out of like Indonesia or Turkey because it's a totally different culture. So it
Yeah.
feels a little more fresh, but it's hard to top something like The Exorcist. That was just William
Oh,
Friedkin's dick drop. It was just like fucking beat this, and not a lot of people have. I can, I always say there's certain movies I wish I could go back. Of course, I can watch whatever I want pretty much now, but like just to see it with an audience, then like just that random Joe Schmo that went in that maybe religious that went in to see something like The Exorcist, and it's like,
yeah.
holy shit, I cannot handle this. Like that is
Yeah.
a movie that I can. A lot. There's a lot of bullshit, particularly with a lot of old school exploitation directors, regional horror directors, smut directors, but I can absolutely believe people passed out in The Exorcist.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
could not imagine how they wouldn't. I mean, religion brings it out. Passion of the Christ. I know of people who like could not fucking take that because it's real to them, and it's a pretty fucking brutal movie if you've ever watched it.
That's a wild one to me too, because I remember back when that was like very much in the mainstream. All the churches around here showed that movie at church.
Yeah, they made like kids like. I mean, in my opinion, we're like way too young to see like a. I get like okay, the story's inspiring and all of that, but it's like you're pretty much seeing somebody be like fucking brutalized on screen.
Yeah,
More realistic gore than a lot of horror movies.
yeah,
So I think it probably was like a bit much. I think that movie traumatized a good deal of people.
yeah.
Inspired to, but you know, there's the darker side of it too.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not all butterflies and you know, it's a
No,
very
no,
very brutal story. So
it is. It is. Uh, yeah, I like all kinds of movies. Actually, there's like a lot. There's only so much time in the week, but one of my favorite things that we do is cover the Academy Awards stuff. It's kind of
yeah,
like I think it's like one thing a lot of other YouTubers don't do. At least you know more horror themed YouTubers. It's like, yeah, I'm diverse. I like all kinds of stuff. I want to cover it all.
get to these comments real quick, and I wanted to go back to something. Work said he's talking about going. Remembers being in sixth and seventh grade, and the kids were talking about Disney, and he was talking about Hellraiser and Lethal Weapon. I could see that.
I think Disney's a part of every kid's life in some
Oh
way,
yeah,
but for
yeah,
me, like it was always like as far as Disney goes, it would be something like Cat from Outer Space or Blackbeard or some of the That Darn Cat, you know, some of the
yeah.
comedies, Apple Dumpling Gang, stuff like that.
I
Like,
remember being in school, and we. I'm sure you had this in school when it'd be too rainy to go out for recess, and they'd have like the TV on the cart,
oh yeah,
and
yeah.
you'd watch a movie, and we watched Something Wicked This Way Comes,
Oh, that's
and
a really good movie. Yeah, that I
it was
should
a
have
great
led
one.
with that actually.
Yeah. Cliff is saying that it's all stuff in the first part of The Exorcist that messes with him, all the poking and prodding at the hospital, and Ellen Burstyn's panic over her daughter is hard to sit through, definitely.
Yeah, it's a legit masterpiece, and it's not aged.
No. I'll get to your question in a second, Grim. You were talking about Exorcist and William Friedkin. That dude tries to dick drop on everything he does, I feel like, because every movie is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, even something like Bug that nobody really saw or even knew what that was going to be.
Yeah.
Uh, Great movie. He's one of the greats. I mean, Sorcerer. I mean, Jesus Christ, that movie is
It's
amazing. Yeah.
tense. I bought that Sorcerer Criterion, and
Mhm.
as soon as I got it home, I put in that documentary with him about him,
Oh yeah,
and it's a pretty great doc if you haven't seen it.
yeah, yeah. He had a lot of movies. I mean, even something like Sorcerer. I I don't know what it was about that movie that didn't hit back then. I mean, 77, Star Wars of course is out. I mean, there's a
Yeah,
lot going on. But you look at it and it's like the word of mouth you would think would, especially in the 70s, would have been so fucking strong that
yeah.
that would have been guaranteed. But
I saw someone mention this, and at the time I thought, well, that might be a good point. The title of the movie is
yeah,
could have been better.
I think I can't remember. I mean, I was youngish, but I might have waited just not waited, but I think maybe when I first looked into it, because I was big into, still am, like old school sword and sorcery type
Yeah,
stuff, Deathstalker, Sword and the Sorcerer, all the Conan movies and the many knockoffs at Tor. I loved all that shit. And I think it's like probably a movie that I looked up in one of my movie guides and saw like, oh, wait, no, this isn't that. And I might have
Right.
waited a little. I mean,
Yeah.
I wasn't that old when I saw it, but yeah. Yeah, I think title. Same thing with Bug. I think there were people that thought they were getting like a creature feature.
Yeah. Yeah. I could see that for sure.
Yeah.
Uh, Ben has a question here. What was your first concert?
Not a big concert guy. I do remember seeing Lita Ford several times, like at Chiller, and like, I mean, not somebody that I know as in she's a friend or anything, but getting to interact with her. I
Cool.
remember that Ozzy duet song she did, the
Yeah.
name's escaping me. Like she was having people like do like little, you know, little bits of that like on the microphone, and
Right.
this wasn't a concert though; it was like a convention thing. Uh, so yeah, actual concerts. I don't really have a lot of concert stories. I'm not a concert guy.
Okay.
Yeah, a few random like local bands, but that's about it.
I went really heavy and extreme my first concert. It was Neil Diamond. So
Oh, okay.
it was a good show. I
There
like Neil
are
Diamond.
there are a few that I would love to see live. I think I have some buddies that actually from the wrestling world that just went to see Ghost. I've always
Oh
heard
yeah.
that's a good show. I would love to see Marilyn Manson if he's on. Uh, I'd love to see him live. Uh, it's just like concerts are fucking expensive now.
Yeah.
And it's like, especially if you're going alone, it's kind of like, can I really justify this cost? Like
Yeah.
yeah.
I got lucky to see Ghost twice for free because I shot the concerts.
Oh yeah, you did mention.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So and now they're playing big arenas, so I probably wouldn't have that opportunity now. But they were in like little, the little like not auditoriums, but like almost like nightclub rooms when I shot them. So
I know Pugs is good friends with Wednesday 13, who I guess is somewhat big.
yeah,
Uh, wouldn't mind seeing him. Um, but yeah, a lot of conventions. I guess that's like the real answer. Never had money for the concerts because I was doing all these conventions.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Orc thinks Jaws shits all over the spooky ooky religious crud that isn't real. Yeah,
My only, well, Jaws is a masterpiece, but like sharks you can avoid. Like you never have to be
that's
around a
true.
shark. Like if you're
That's
afraid of
true.
sharks, that's a pretty simple fix. You
Yeah,
know, so, it's just, you're probably not going to accidentally get killed by a shark. You just
right.
stay out of the water. Uh, yeah.
Don't go to SeaWorld either. So
Don't go to SeaWorld. Yeah, man. I went there a couple times. I saw blackfish and I was like, never again. I know
no.
they're not taking new orcas, but I'm pretty much like just watching an animal be like fucking tortured essentially.
Yeah,
Like, it's I don't know. I didn't take any joy in that. I mean, I did when I was a little kid and didn't know better, but that's a brutal doc.
um, he adds excluding big stingers have deafening decibel levels. Yeah,
Mm.
so. Well, we'll stay on that topic. What's the most impactful documentary you've ever seen? Not necessarily the best, but the most one that affected you the most.
Wow. There are a lot. Um there's one. I mean, it's very easy to come by. It's like on YouTube now. I think it originally aired sometime in the 90s. I don't know if it was HBO for sure, but somewhere in the 90s called Just Melvin, Just Evil. And that one is rough because it's basically like this guy, uh, patriarch of, well, two families. He was married twice, and not to delve too deep into that because I know YouTube's funny, but I mean he abused just about everybody in those families, who a
Yeah.
lot of which also became abusers. And the filmmaker, can't remember. I assume he was like a nephew. I think he was a nephew to the guy. Actually interviews him in the doc and confronts him on it. Talks to like some of the other like uh, children, siblings, whatever, that were like their lives were bulldozed.
Yeah.
That one's very effective because you're just seeing like this one absolute piece of shit and like just how many people he impacted by being said piece of shit.
Yeah.
Not that's not necessarily a recommendation. That's a heavy one. The Cove's rough. Um, I'm only naming disturbing shit. I guess that's where
Well,
my
I mean, that's part of it. I mean, like
yeah
there are two for me that were really tough watches. I felt like, and one was the bridge about the people jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge.
yeah. There one of like there was I saw that wasn't there one or two that lived.
Yeah, there was one dude that lived. It was a weird story. Like he landed feet first, and like his, I feel like it said something like his shoes kind of absorbed the impact, and it fucked him up. But
Yeah, it feels like
yeah,
wheelchair
but
for
he did
life,
live.
kind of.
Um, so that one was a tough watch. But
Yeah,
there's one called Dear Zachary, and it's this guy. I don't know if you've seen that one.
I think I have. What's it about? Because I know
So
the
this guy's making this documentary to Zachary. It's this little boy whose dad was the filmmaker's friend,
uh
and he was killed. And all signs pointed to his ex-wife had killed him,
yeah,
and
yeah.
and he had this son. And then it's just, I don't want to go too deep into it because there's like some twists in there, but
I
it's
feel
fucked
like
up.
I've seen it, and I think I remember. I won't spoil the twist if it's what I think it is, but yeah, true crime rabbit holes like for docs are so easy to go down. The staircase is one of the better recent ones in recent years, because
Yeah,
that one it's like, man, I just don't know. I gotta lean towards he did it because there's just some hell of a out there coincidences with his previous wife dying the same way, and he was leading this double life. It's just like surely he did, but there's stuff in that doc because they filmed so much that kind of leads you different ways.
yeah.
Oh.
There's one that I've never watched this because there used to be a topic on Art Bell shows, and
Mhm.
it kind of it didn't fuck with me, but it was like scary when they would talk about it. But isn't there one about that sleep paralysis shit?
Yeah, this yes, yeah,
So I
yeah.
need to watch that, but I'm a little leery and watch it because I've heard it's really good. And
It is. I have that on Blu-ray.
okay,
um I guess that one, it just kind of depends. I mean, that's a legit thing.
yeah,
So it's, I mean, I've never experienced it, fortunately,
yeah.
but uh, I guess if somebody might be prone to it, I can see that really bothering them. Um, yeah, there's
They
a lot
just
that I'm forgetting his name, which is awful, but he was the star of not the original Spartacus, but Spartacus Blood and Sand, the Showtime
yeah,
series. And he got like a terminal diagnosis. Like you watch that first season, it's like you could see this guy, like this guy's a great actor. He's got the look of a lead.
mm-hmm.
Uh, he would have probably been huge, and it's like him just going through his diagnosis, and yeah, Andy Whitfield,
Yeah,
yeah, and
yeah.
it's like up and down, and he dies,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's a rough one because he just seemed like a great guy, great family. That one was not easy to watch. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not quite the same watching the movies, but I feel the same way about like Chadwick Boseman. Like such kind of coming into his own into like a main actor, and then it just
yeah, you get your big break, and
yeah That
you don't get
sucks.
much time and realize like, oh, it's over. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
rough. Plaster caster is a good one if you don't want to be depressed. That's just about a lady that made dick casts out of famous people.
There
So
you go.
rock stars.
The sleep paralysis thing, though, I remember listening to Art Bell, and I'd be like at my security job. It's fucking 2 in the morning or whatever, and they're talking about these people waking up with this old hag sitting on their chest, and that
Oh,
shit scared the shit out of me.
yeah. I mean, I guess as a little kid, there's certain like supernatural shit that might have felt a little more scary. Uh, I don't know, like the real monsters, though. I mean, that's obviously like would be more of a concern, I think, above
Yeah,
all else. Um, Probably the movies that disturb me the most, at least now in 2025, will be like really dark dramas more than horror movies.
yeah,
I mean, I'm a little well, more probably more than a little desensitized over the years, just having,
sure.
every fucked up, extreme, disturbing horror movie. It's like I've seen it. Um, I'm not just like the guinea pig movies don't disturb me. Like they're very graphic and fucked up,
Yeah,
but it's like there's no like emotional impact with that. But like if it's like a really disturbing movie that hits just right, mirror to dark underbelly of society, like that can sometimes, impact me a little bit more. But there's exceptions to the rule. I mean, something like Hereditary, I think, is, manages to be pretty disturbing.
yeah, for sure. Greg's out there. Evening Legends. What's up, Greg?
What up,
Thanks for
Greg?
stopping by. We got that comment from Cliff about Andy.
Yeah.
And Ben said he had sleep paralysis one time. He couldn't move, couldn't speak, tried not to hyperventilate. He finally just went back to sleep. Yeah, it's got to be a scary thing.
It kind of
Um,
feels like, I mean, I guess easier said than done. You probably just have to kind of like, all right, accept it, stay calm, and eventually go to sleep or wake up.
he said he remembers being conscious of not wanting to see some ghosts or aliens.
I'm
Uh,
getting to the point, like, the alien stuff fascinates me, but, and I do feel like they are out there because it makes sense. I mean, I think that's, any like scientist would probably tell you, like, yeah, there's life out there. I just don't feel like they would probably bother. I mean, maybe they've been here. I don't know. There's that weird meteorite that doesn't make sense
yeah,
because I don't know. There's a breakdown of it. Like the trail is in front of it, not behind, and it a little weird.
yeah,
But I don't know. I just feel like if there's some like alien race that's leagues beyond what we're capable of, and they want to kill me, they're just gonna fucking do it. There's nothing
yeah.
I can do about it. So I don't tend to think about that too much. I've
If you
watched a
had,
lot of Cosmic Horror. I guess it's just like, oh,
yeah,
I'm never gonna be able to stop it. So
if you had to place a bet on which one was more likely to be real, ghosts or aliens, what would you bet on?
I think I guess it depends how you define a ghost. I mean, even if you set aside any religious beliefs, like we're energy, energy
Mhm.
can't be created or destroyed. So, on some level, there's something that continues on about us, whether that's like our full consciousness. I don't know. I mean, that, everybody's got their opinion on that. But
What's your theory on that? What do you think happens when we're gone?
I think there's a lot you don't know about, like the mind. And I do think, yeah, I mean, I'm no atheist. I do think that there's more. Will I ever really have a firm answer on that until it's time? Probably not.
We'll
Uh,
all know one day. But
yeah, yeah, I know. I do think you continue on somehow, but we're not meant to know everything.
no, no.
Yeah, I mean, we use what 10% of our brains. Like, who
Yeah,
knows? Maybe we'll evolve to that point where we'll get more answers, but there's always going to be new questions. So,
I get tired using that 10%, so I don't.
yeah, you have to
uh,
approach life with an adventurous spirit, not let the unknown beat you because it's always going to be there. Just keep
yeah,
pressing forward.
I always said, and I always say it jokingly, but I always said I think we're the aliens. Like maybe we were the aliens that first came here.
No, that tracks. I mean, that's entirely possible. I mean, time travel, all of that. I mean, you get into like the super deep, like scientific breakdowns. Even some of that is a little bit beyond me, but um, it's entirely possible. Like that's just our evolved future form. You
Yeah,
know, we're maybe we're not that far away from what a you know an ape that we evolved from is in the grand scheme of things. But you look at that jump and imagine however many millions of years, like, well, maybe we are the little gray
yeah.
things.
Ben says there is that Hat Man doc where people see a man in a hat. So
Fuck yeah. I just hope the aliens are fuckable. Like, I want Natasha Henstridge
yeah, well,
if we're going to get that.
guess maybe we'll find out one day.
Femalian, give me some Jacqueline Lavelle.
Cliff says there are some more movies like Threads or stuff like the first half. The Exorcist are tough watches. Targets is another one.
I mean, yeah, like Threads for sure. Any like movies like that are just like they're very non-commercial, like they're not holding your hand. It's just a really fucked and hopeless situation. It's harder because I mean the world's so fucked up. So it's like, you have to really kick me in the face with something because you get desensitized from all the real life news out there.
I remember being a kid and sitting down. They always had the movie of the week or whatever on TV, and
Yeah,
we'd watch that on TV. And
yeah.
I remember watching the day after when it was on,
Mm,
and that
yeah.
fucked with me as a kid. I was like, "Oh, that could happen." Okay, so
There's a lot of people that like I know that like worry about stuff that's like complete. There's shit all you can do about it.
no, yeah,
Like, it's something like, well, day after is a good example. Like, what if the nukes start flying? And I was like, we fucking die.
yeah,
Like, that's it. Like, I'm not gonna like let it ruin my day. When it when I see them like going overhead, I'll you know put my head between my legs and kiss my ass goodbye. I mean,
yeah.
that's about all you're gonna do.
There's a lot of that. It's just I'm a firm believer in that. You can't just worry about shit all the time. You got to live your life, and
Yeah, you have to have that spirit of like, fuck it,
yeah,
I'm gonna press forward. You, Nothing's ever gonna be like perfect in your life. You just have to keep punching.
yeah. Ben says he was a weird kid. He was into researching paranormal stuff when he was little. Rented books on ghosts and aliens a bunch. Was fascinated by remote viewing and read all the books. There was a set of books at the library. I remember going in. I would always get these, and it was like a Time Life set, I think, and I think it was like Mysteries of the Unknown, and they had like a ghost book, and they had an aliens book, and
Yeah.
I was just fascinated with those books. I'd love to find a set of those and just have them, but yeah,
I think there's something to it. I mean, there's just so like with the aliens and ghost stuff, there's a lot of bullshit out there, so it's hard sometimes to, sift through it all, but there's something to it. Like I know you had Rachel on
mm-hmm.
a while ago, and there's stuff you see. I remember you saying you saw, like, I don't know really how to explain that. Yeah,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, it's just weird stuff. But I mean, I've had a couple little things happen to me that did I see a ghost? No, but it was weird enough to stick with me and make me wonder. So
Yeah, yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I think there's probably something to it. I mean, do I think a ghost can, pick me up and chuck me against a wall? I don't know about that, but but there's something there.
yeah. Orc saying the Insidious, The Conjuring, Hereditary were on another level when he saw them. Juan should get an Oscar for keeping horror alive.
Hereditary for sure. I think I think that one is Oscar worthy. I don't know about the other ones, but no,
No,
not
maybe
Oscar
maybe.
worthy.
Do you think there'll be a true horror movie get a like a big Oscar win at any point? I know
Probably
I know
because
Silence of the Lambs. Some people count that. I count that more like thriller, but
I think that's a horror movie. I mean, I don't get too caught up on genre. Some people, is
yeah,
Alien a horror movie or a sci-fi movie? Well, it's both. I mean, choose your own adventure. It qualifies, but no, I think there will. I mean, Shape of Water would not have won Best Picture like 10 years earlier, and
that's
I like
true.
that movie a lot. But
Yeah,
tastes evolve. Yorgos Lanthimos, I'm a big fan of his movies. Very fucking weird. Like I don't think some of his stuff would be as heavily nominated 10 years before.
yeah,
So people change, tastes change. I think horror can get it. It's tough. It's tough sometimes where it's if it's like even if it has like a powerhouse performance and certainly Hereditary has multiple powerhouse performances. um it's tough if it's something like, well, it's a zombie movie or it's there's ghosts in this, or there's cannibals. How is that going to be a best picture nominee? uh I think that's all really bullshit, personally. Like, if it's a great film, it's a great film. Some rise above genre. Yeah, Substance was not. Well, Demi Moore, of
yeah,
course.
yeah. I could see a guy like Robert Eggers eventually getting at least nominated for director or something.
Ari Aster will definitely get that at some point.
Yeah,
It may not be for a horror movie, though, but
right, right.
we'll see.
Um, let's keep going down here. I don't want to miss anybody's stuff.
Oh, some fun ones.
Uh, this my threshold for that kind of thing has plummeted as I got older. Yeah, I think you
Hmm.
stuff that you kind of believe in and follow when you're younger kind of levels out as you get older.
Yeah.
Bad Monkey No Banana, thanks for stopping in. Uh, works. I think he's talking about Juan. Man, his filmography as well as new horror director.
Oh,
No
okay.
horror new director comes close.
Hmm.
He definitely has a good wide variety of stuff he's done.
Demian Rugna, When
Yep.
Evil Lurks.
Ben is right. Get out one best screenplay.
Yeah.
Um, Ben also asks for both of us, what is a conspiracy theory you totally believe?
There's some that I think have almost like moved past conspiracy theory territory. I mean, obviously, government killed Kennedy. I
Yeah,
think
yeah. I
that
was. That's
is.
one I definitely believe. I'm trying to think of one besides that one. um,
Um, I mean, I can definitely see the alien. Like I said, I think it's sifting through the bullshit, but I think they probably would cover up aliens. Maybe now though, it's like I've really been wondering because I feel like if you just admitted it back in the 50s, society was very, or the 40s or 50s, like society was very different. And I think the fear would be you'd lose control because it's like, well, aliens are real. Like, that wasn't, in the Bible or the Quran
yeah,
or whatever. Like, so they'd lose control. Maybe I think now, I think there might be more of a hopeful reaction to it than you'd think. Because I mean, I view it more as like wonder. I had this conversation a while ago with my mom. I can't remember which movie. I watched a movie with her. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but I was like, she was just asking like, well, what would you think if like just all this alien stuff you just found out, like here they are, it's real. It's like, I think that'd be awesome. And I was like, wouldn't you? And she's like, no, I would be terrified. And I was
Yeah.
like, why? Like, it's like, well, what if they're hostile? I mean, again, I go back to, well, then we fucking die. I think I
Yeah.
said that to her, but I'm like, why would you assume that they would necessarily behave like the worst part of a human would?
Yeah.
Like I mean, the alien would probably really mean alien. Like
Yeah.
wouldn't necessarily be able to communicate with them. You certainly wouldn't speak the same language. As much as I'd
Yeah.
like Natasha Henstridge to walk off that ship naked and mate with me, like that's probably not how it's gonna go.
Yeah. And I think most people will be terrified because 95% of the movies with aliens in them, they are hostile. you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't see it. Wouldn't really scare me because I'm like I don't. I mean, they could be, but like, I mean, if they've mastered intergalactic travel, they're obviously way beyond us. Do you go out of your way to step on ants? Probably not. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I don't think that would terrify me. I think I would just be like, wow, like this is awesome.
Yeah.
Uh,
It'll be interesting.
and
Um,
suspected they existed. It's hard to believe you'd actually see one or or get definitive proof that they exist.
yeah. I think one that I'll say that I believe is I feel like there's something with that, the whole Bohemian Grove, like
Hmm.
deep state thing going on with people running the world from, I guess, a new world order type thing, like behind the scenes. So, uh,
Yeah, that one for me, like, I think there's something to it, but that one's not. It's not as wondrous to me. It's like the Epstein stuff. Like,
yeah,
I think that obviously there's some evidence of some powerful people doing fucked up shit.
right,
And obviously, I think a lot of people knowing him. That's not to say that they all. I'm not saying anybody in his orbit, was a diddler or anything like
right,
that.
right,
But like, I think at the end of the day, there's probably some Saudi princes, there's probably some politicians, and I think probably on both sides that are somewhat implicated in that. And it depends, like, again, not saying everyone did something fucked up, but I think it's like there's too much there for anybody to actually allow it all to come out.
yeah.
Uh, I mean, I think we'll get something, but like, are you ever going to believe you're getting the full story on that? I mean,
I mean, I
you know,
feel like everybody's doing their damnedest to try to put it away, but people aren't going to let it go. It's still
yeah,
staying out there, so something's going to happen with it.
that might
So,
be what makes them like, oh, aliens.
yeah, let me throw this out to distract you. I want you to see I fuck this kid.
Trump's gonna like walk out with like ET. It's like, we got tons of aliens. There's grays. There's like these tentacle things.
He hires Warwick Davis to play fucking ET or something.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I don't buy the moon landing stuff anymore. I think a lot of the conspiracies with that have more or less been, it's like, yeah, that was studio footage. I mean, that's already been, but I think we went to the moon.
Yeah,
I pretty heavily lean that way. Um, what other good conspiracy theories are there? I think there might be a kernel of truth to. I think the Bob Lazar one. I think there is something there because
That's
they
a good one.
definitely tried to. If you go down that rabbit hole, they definitely tried to pretty much like act like he never existed,
Yeah,
never worked for them, and he was able to disprove that.
yeah.
So, like with him, I think he probably did take that element. If you watch that doc, it's really good. Like that one, I'm like, okay, I think that. I mean, maybe we don't have aliens. Maybe we did find a craft at some point. Like
I would watch that if you haven't seen it. I would watch that doc and also pair it with that Joe Rogan interview he did. Those are too good to pair.
yeah, I'd say for the most part, like he stayed pretty consistent. Um, all of this stuff that they've well, he I can't remember what he did. Like he was like some prostitution thing or something. I'm like, okay, how does that discredit him? Like, he's
Yeah,
human. He has a dick.
yeah.
Like I don't, I don't see what that has to do with the alien stuff.
Now those are. I mean, it's the same story he was telling Art Bell years ago. So
Yeah, that one I think there might be something to it.
Ben says, "Look at World War of the Worlds program. It freaked people out for sure."
Different time, and I don't think you like if you tuned into CNN or whatever your news of choice is right now, and there were alien craft, there might be a little initial panic, like, all right, they're heading towards Earth. Like, are they going to blow us up? What's going on? I don't think the overall vibe would be that. I think like some people would be like, "Oh, this is amazing."
Yeah,
What else might be out there?
right.
I don't know. I guess I take a more upbeat view of that. Um, but there'd be some. I'm not going to say there's no. Yeah, how would they handle that in the Middle East? What does Afghanistan think of the flying saucers? They're different society,
Yeah,
but
that was a different, like you said, a different time. We weren't as tied to the rest of the world as we are now. Everything is kind of tied together. So we see
yeah,
what the reaction of shit is in other parts of the world
I
where
think
we probably didn't then.
I think there'd be like no pun intended, but like a new hope. It
Yeah,
would knowing that aliens were out there. I don't think it would be as horrific as some people seem to think.
yeah. Org says that Putin is worth $1 trillion alone. The royal family you're talking about is worth 1.5 trillion combined.
Yeah, like the
Yeah,
the Saudi royal family. Yeah, like
yeah.
you can't even really calculate it. They're kind of beyond the point where money even fucking matters. It's just give me this.
Cliff wants to get this point across that he can't believe the conspiracy that the demonic entity known as Feruza is human
Uh,
female actors.
that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
And Ben says Project Bluebeam, fake alien invasion to distract from all this. They're trying. They'll probably try to do it.
I mean, there's part of me that it's like at this point, like either I'm gonna see that here's the aliens, or I've gone probably as far as I can beyond like here they are. Here's absolute undeniable proof. I mean, the Tic Tac video, all of that.
Yeah,
Like there are certain things where I'm like, I think there's something going on, and the government may not fucking know either. That's the thing. You'd be
no,
amazed how fucking stupid some people are. Uh,
yeah,
you assume like the people in charge. It's like, no, I, I mean, I've known some, not presidents or anything, but like some fairly powerful people through my dad, and it's like, God, I don't know how that motherfucker ties his own shoes. So they may just not fucking know themselves. It's possible too.
Never know. Well, I do want to. I'm trying to keep these about an hour, so we've been going a little over an hour. But I did want to give you a chance to talk about the wrestling stuff you got coming up. And I
Ooh,
know we
yes.
talked about that before the show.
Yeah. October 11th in uh, near Long Beach, and we'll have more information. Hawaiian Gardens, to be specific. Flesh Wound Features. This is just Flesh Wound Features. Is presenting last tournament on the left, which is going to be a wrestling meets the world of horror film event, and it's going to be an 8-man death match tournament, all wrestling themed. Not, I'm sorry, all horror movie themed death matches. Each one is going to have a hook to it that I think is really interesting. There's never been anything exactly like this. I mean, the world of horror and professional wrestling is, I mean, we all know, tends to connect a lot, and we've got some cool shit. I mean, if this goes well, it could possibly become an annual thing. There is another announcement looming as well, uh, but yeah, this is going to be big. We're going to have another tournament entry that we're going to announce on tomorrow, actually Tuesday. We have a live show, and I'm pretty excited about this. There's a lot I'm not supposed to say yet, but some of the gimmicks are going to be fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Hope it all goes well for y'all.
yeah.
Um,
We'll have some announcements on sponsorships. Uh, People that want to watch it, it'll be streaming on pay-per-view. And yeah, vendors will be there. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
nice. Um, what else you guys got coming up on the channel?
We have Tuesday we're gonna review Weapons, Strange Harvest, Mask Head from Unearthed Films, and some other stuff. And Wednesday we have a live interview with Sean Donahue, who is working with Fred Olin Ray, crowdfunding Jacko 2.
Oh wow,
And he's also got his new erotic thriller out, Fatal Delusions. So we'll be Sean's been on the show before. He's really cool. There you go. Well, two is in the works. Fred Olin Ray's directing it. Sean's producing it. Sybil Danning's been announced to star in that one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Jessa awesome. Flux is in Fatal Delusions. So
yeah. So Smores Indoors is wrapping up at the end of the year. We'll wrap the channel up, other than maybe some Art Bell stuff, on December 31st with a New Year's Eve bash. And we'll have some other stuff between then and now. Some more interviews like this. Got to get one more porn tournament in there.
Yeah.
And, maybe something else. I don't know. Maybe another tournament of some kind.
We'll get you to change your mind. You'll run like 3 channels.
But I do have a new Art Bell poster today. So for all the people, I kind of changed it up. I put a little music to it. So it's kind of Art Bell with some creepy music under it.
Oh, nice. And, I saw a notification for that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's called Bell Remix. So that'll be the new Art Bell stuff I post. So, but other than that, thank you, Dan, for coming on and talking about something mainly other than horror. We talked about a lot of stuff tonight.
Yeah. You guys throw out your questions. I will answer.
All right. Until we see you again, take it easy, everybody.
Later.